All right, we're ramping up the 49ers talk because the countdown is really on now. 15 days until they report to training camp. Until veterans report, the rookies only have 8 days. The rookies just about a week away, but 15 days, well, you know whose number that is. That's Jauan Jennings. I got to pick out a Jauan Jennings picture here, the number 15. How did I not do this before the show? Let's find one. I'm going to see Jauan Jennings next week. I'm going to see him a little bit earlier than training camp starts. Look, we got a nice little Google search for pictures of Jauan Jennings. He's really popular out here in Tennessee because this is where he went to college. Caught a Hail Mary to beat Georgia. Was just a total gamer for the Volunteers. And when you type in Jauan Jennings' name on Google, well, you're going to get some Tennessee pictures, such as this one right there. As Jennings against Auburn. I could see the Auburn. Oh, that's Margot's alma mater. I could see the I think that's Auburn in the background. Could be Penn State, but it's SEC, so I figure it's Auburn. Anyway, there's Jennings after a 49ers win. As you can see, Jauan Jennings, number 15. And it's 15 days until training camp report day. And on top of that, it's Jauan Jennings' birthday. So all the stars align. Jauan Jennings, born in 1997, turns 26 years old today. So happy birthday to Jauan Jennings, very important member of the 49ers. He is in a contract year, by the way, and the 49ers have Jauan Jennings this season under one hell of a bargain. $940,000 for Jauan Jennings. That's his salary this year. It's not guaranteed, but he's going to make this football team. I was asked the other day, you think Jauan Jennings is a cut candidate? And I said, what? This guy is extremely important to what the 49ers do. 59 catches over the 2 seasons that he's played. He's been with the organization for 3 years because he was there in 2020, but was only on the practice squad. 7th round pick. Didn't have great speed, which is why he fell to the 7th round despite being a gamer at Tennessee. Has learned how to just channel his emotions onto the football field. I call it the Tyler Durden kind of way. We saw it against Jacksonville in 2021 when he took a punch and didn't retaliate and basically got so far under the opponent's skin. He does this, it seems, on a week out basis. He got so far under Jacksonville's skin that he drew the personal foul flag and didn't incur one on the 49ers. So Jennings is a physical player who embodies what the 49ers like to do in the run game. The receivers have to block. They have to get down and dirty. Jennings does that. But on top of that, some of the stuff that Kyle Shanahan has said about Jauan Jennings has really opened my eyes in the past. You ask Kyle Shanahan who the best separator on this 49ers team is out of the wideouts, and you'd think he would say Brandon Ayuk. He actually says Jauan Jennings. So speed does not necessarily mean that you separate in the NFL. A lot of people get this twisted. A lot of people will look at the 40 time, think that a guy, oh, he's slow. He runs a 4.6 or 4.7. He can't get open. Speed, straight line speed at least, and separation ability are two very different things. And Jauan Jennings has that separation ability. Just go back to the Week 18 game against the Rams in 2021. He caught the touchdown from Deebo Samuel on the trick play, bobbled it. It seemed like it took 5 seconds for him to haul that in to tie the game. That was huge. But it was the 2 big out catches that Jauan Jennings made down the stretch in overtime. And he also he tied the game twice, right? He tied the game at 17 from Deebo Samuel, tied the game on the catch from Jimmy Garoppolo. But the plays that really stood out to me from Jauan Jennings came in OT to move the chains on 3rd down. Out patterns on 3rd down. Garoppolo found him there near the boundary. Jennings, got open. He had to separate on an out pattern, which isn't easy, especially on 3rd down near the chains, where that defensive back is going to try to choke off the 1st down. But he made the catch, and then he picked up yardage afterward. And that second catch on the 3rd down set up what was going to be the game-winning field goal by Robbie Gould beyond the Ambry Thomas interception. I say all this to emphasize that Jauan Jennings is a glue guy. Gets under the opponent's skin, check. Run blocks, check. Makes huge catches, check. 59 catches for 700 yards over the past 2 years. All this, check, 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 at a $940,000 salary this season for the 49ers. If Jennings plays the way that he has the past 2 seasons this year, it's going to be really hard for the 49ers to keep him. They essentially got an upgrade over Kendrick Bourne with Jauan Jennings. right? They had Kendrick Bourne through the 2020 season. Jennings has replaced Bourne as the third wide receiver. He's more physical than Kendrick Bourne. Has Jennings dropped the pass here and there? Yes, but he's also, I thought, made some tough catches in traffic. We watched the Trey Lance film the other day from the Chicago game. There was Jauan Jennings grabbing some difficult passes. I mean, this guy, they've hit the upgrade button at the third wide receiver spot, and they have a player who embodies their physical mentality, who carries that onto the field, and who helps imprint that on the other team. The 49ers had Kendrick Bourne as an undrafted free agent in 2017. He ended up being their third wide receiver for a few years. Jauan Jennings, seventh round pick, turned out to be a steal out of Tennessee. He ended up being their wide receiver for the past third wide receiver for the past 2 years. They're going to get a third year out of him. What do the 49ers do at that position moving forward? Well, they drafted Ronnie Bell this past offseason. He's not as big and strong as Jauan Jennings, but Ronnie Bell already started to make a name for himself with some presence during OTAs. Tay Martin did some stuff during OTAs. Maybe they'll draft somebody next year, but they definitely won't be able to retain Jauan Jennings at a $940,000 salary next year. So happy birthday to him. His career is on a nice trajectory here. 15 days until the 49ers report to camp. That means that the content's got to start flowing a little bit faster, and we're going to go to 49ers Q&A. Steve says football is very close. He can't wait. My friend Jamie, who lives in Vegas, texted me. He says, I really need 49ers season to start. Well, training camp starts in about 15 days. Tomorrow's going to be that 2-week mark from the beginning of camp. Steve does think the 49ers will re-sign Jauan Jennings. It might be tough, though. He might price himself out. Kyle Shanahan has not paid for a number 3 wideout in the past. He has gone with the draft or undrafted free agency and development, that route for the number 3 wideout. Jimmy Garoppolo, well, yeah. I mean, the guy that gets physical and gets under opponent's skin in that kind of manner is always going to draw the respect of his teammates, especially on a team like the 49ers, whose MO is that blue-collar physicality. They call him third and Jauan for a reason. Great blocking and great third down option. See if the 49ers use him a little bit more in the red zone. I remember his first touchdown was in the red zone against Philadelphia on the road, a game the 49ers won week 2 of the 2021 season. All right, if you have any questions, go ahead and toss them in. Nice quick show tonight. A little happy birthday to Jauan Jennings. Great point. They said Jerry Rice wasn't fast, but nobody could catch him. Football speed, ability to separate is different than straight line measured speed. That should be obvious by now, although every year I think people are fooled by lack of knowledge of that fact. I think the 49ers might announce it tomorrow. Last year, they announced the training camp open practice dates on July 12th, but that was a Tuesday. Tomorrow is the same Tuesday, but it's July 11th. So be on the lookout tomorrow. 49ers might be opening up that training camp schedule for fans. Means we're getting closer. Can't wait to see the competition at every position. It's going to be exciting this year. It's a loaded roster for the 49ers. Reminds me. It's always fun to pop up. I haven't done this in a while. We're going to have to do a roster breakdown here one of these days. This is what it's looking like right now for the 49ers. I believe they have one open spot on that roster because I think they reached an injury settlement with the linebacker that they waived. So the 49ers are now at 89 eligible, I believe, if this is up to date. And I think it is. I haven't opened this in a while. 15 days. Robert is right. How many O-linemen do I think they'll carry? Well, you could see here. This is my projection. I have 8. But it might be 9. You never know. And they use that practice squad too, rather interchangeably. You never know. Jennings might stick around and get a ring or 3. It's all possible. I mean, he's going to be a restricted free agent next year too. So the 49ers can tender him and keep him. So yeah, I guess maybe I should emphasize that. It's one of those things where if he's a restricted free agent, the 49ers can put either a first round or a second round tender on Jennings. I think a second round tender probably would seem right. That would owe him a salary of about $4 to $5 million if that's not too rich for the 49ers. And if somebody else were to sign him for a higher price and poach him from the 49ers would get a second round pick in compensation. You could also slap a first round tender on him in case you're afraid of losing him. That would be a lot more money, but would somebody be willing to outbid whatever the first round tender price is? I'm not sure. A lot of it's going to depend on the kind of season that Jauan Jennings has this year. He does run some awesome routes. So we could do this day by day, number by number, right? Tomorrow, 14 days. Let's get ready to talk some Sam Darnold, number 14. 2 days from now, get ready to talk some Brock Purdy, 13 days away from training camp. 49ers don't have a number 12 because that's retired. So 12 days from now, I guess that will be a wild card who we talk about. 11 days, Brandon Ayuk. Okay, you get how this is going, right? I think it's all intriguing players from here on out when we count down. Number 8, Steve Young. Get Steve Young on the show. That'd be cool. That's what are we at? That's a week from now. That would be next Monday. I'm not going to travel with the team to Vegas, but I'll be in Vegas at those open practices. I'm looking forward to that. That isn't exactly a month in Las Vegas. All right, smash that like button. It'd be much appreciated. All right, cool stuff, guys. Thanks for joining. Make sure to check out the 49ers Q&A or mailbag that I did. Sign up for The Athletic. We're going to have some epic coverage this year, as we always do. I'm working on a couple really fun pieces even before the season starts right now. I'm going to toss this mailbag onto the screen very quickly for everybody. Check this out. It's at The Athletic. I could even put the link into the description here after, but I'll put it into the comment section. Thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow. Hit that notification bell. There's going to be a lot of good stuff, and it's going to start flowing a lot more quickly. Everybody, good night, and take care.